Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. This is your host, Andrew Cruz, and I am having a difficult time with some of the software that I just don't understand. But the Cruising Podcast is sorry, the Cruising Podcast, where you can find it is on Apple iTunes, also on Apple iTunes. I'm sorry, I'm fucking flustered right now. Apple iTunes, YouTube, Twitch, and also on Stitcher and SoundCloud. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast if you just want to listen to audio only, of course, to Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud. If you want to see my beautiful face, then you can find me at the YouTube and also on Twitch. And where you can find Andrew Cruz, because I'm going to plug this right now, is on Instagram, which is the Cruising Podcast. Also on Twitter, which is Nicetown Finest. But today, I'm talking, as you probably can see as the title of this, the preview of the AFC and NFC South for the NFL, National Football League, whatever you want to call it. So I want to start with the AFC. I've been starting with the AFC mostly because it's alphabetical order, and I do what the fuck I want to do. Sorry, hold on, give me 1 second. So let's talk about it. Houston Texans won the AFC South last year with an 11-5 record. Right behind them was the Indianapolis Colts with the 10-6 record. You also had the Tennessee Titans with a 9-7, and then the Jacksonville Jaguars with a 5-11 dismal record from a year before, where they were very close to getting to the Super Bowl and also having the number one defense in the league. They reverted back to being ass. The thing is this. Everyone in this division seemed like they kind of didn't improve. Sorry, hold on. Give me 1 second. There we go. Woo! Had to sneeze that one out. All right. So it seemed like everybody didn't really, truly improve their teams, except for maybe in the draft, except for probably Jacksonville and Houston. In my opinion, those are the only two teams. It looks like right now it's going to be a two-horse race between them two. And for real, Houston doesn't have a GM, which is fucking the worst thing you can have in any professional fucking sport, is not having a GM. And Jacksonville added a quarterback in Nick fucking Foles, the quarterback that they needed. They needed this quarterback last year or even the year before. Think about if they had Nick Foles the year that they lost to the New England Patriots in the conference finals. I think it's a whole totally different game. Totally different game. Now, offensively, Jaguars still have some problems. They have some really good young wide receivers in Diddy Westbrook. Hopefully, Marquise Lee comes back very soon. And also DJ Shark. I truly can. You can see that Jacksonville can come from worst to first this year. Houston, on the other hand, you still have Deshaun Watson. You still have DeAndre Hopkins. You still let go of Jadeveon Clowney, but you do have J.J. Watt. Barcavius Mango is actually a really, really good linebacker. Maybe he could start here. The backside of their defense is still a huge fucking question mark for this team. In the running back position, with Lamar Miller being out for the season. But Laramie Tunsil is protecting the blind side of Deshaun Watson. Hopefully he's not running for his fucking life this year. And hopefully Will Fuller can put out an actual healthy season, because the rapport between Deshaun Watson and Will Fuller is undeniable. They actually have, I think Will Fuller's game goes to another fucking level when Deshaun Watson is the quarterback, because he's just going to throw the ball up to him. And he's a speedy wide receiver. He's going to blow past motherfuckers. And also, D-Hop is going to be the one seeing double teams, even though he's still going to catch the ball. His hands are like fucking glue. Indianapolis lost their franchise quarterback last year in fucking Andrew Luck. It sucks. It's horrible. I know he retired, and the worst position you can lose a player right now is at quarterback, especially at this time frame. And this would makes the Colts probably going to be in last place this year. Jacoby Brissett is a really good Jacoby Brissett is a good backup, but he's not. Is he a starter? This is where we kind of find out if he's a starter or not. And it's not looking good, man. It is not looking good for the Colts. Also, the Tennessee Titans. Did they really improve? Is Corey Davis actually going to live up to the potential that we've been talking about for, 3-4 years now? Is Marcus Mariota finally going to cash in on being the number 2 pick in the draft and actually be the guy that I know from Oregon? But does anybody else know? Do they really have a running game? Did they really improve their team? And they did pick up Jeffrey Simmons. I don't think he's playing this year, though. I think he's the one with the torn ACL, right? Okay. And then you also added A.J. Brown, who was part of the Ole Miss twosome. He's a freak athlete himself. You do have Taylor Lewan is out for the first 4 games of the season. They're going to be starting really in a bad space. I mean, you still got Derrick Henry, who is hurt with a calf injury, but they're saying he's good to go in week 1. You're still missing the blind side protector. I feel like the Titans are going to start off behind, and that's going to be their detriment because I think Houston and Jacksonville are probably the better teams in this division, but not that great of teams. I mean, Houston did make those trades for Laramie Tunsil, Kenny Stills, and you traded away Jadeveon Clowney, and you got Mango back, and you got what's his name, Martin. Apparently, Martin's supposed to be a really good pass rusher, but are you better than Jadeveon Clowney? Did you get better without Jadeveon Clowney? And also, you traded away practically 2 first-rounders and a second-rounder for Laramie Tunsil and Kenny Stills. Really, you traded it for Laramie Tunsil. This is why you need a GM. GMs don't make desperate shit like this. They don't do desperate calls. They don't you have to be all in this season. This is all in season. And if you're still a 9-7, 10-win team, it's probably going to win the NFC South, but you're not going any further than that. Are you better than the New England Patriots today? No. Are you better than the Chiefs today? No. Are you better than the fucking Chargers today? No. Who else? Baltimore? Baltimore, that's a toss-up game. That would be a toss-up game, you versus Baltimore. But those other 3 teams I just named, you're not better than them. Hell, Jacksonville is going to give you some problems because they got a better quarterback this year. We'll see. But if I'm choosing who wins this division, I would say Houston. Houston today. I think the talent that they have on offense, and also people don't sleep on Carlos Hyde. When Carlos Hyde is a fucking workhorse running back, he can be a workhorse. We've seen it in San Francisco for a little bit. Just San Francisco was just losing all the time, so you're not going to see the greatest fucking running performance because you're going to be throwing for the rest of the game. And also Duke Johnson, that was actually a really good pickup for a 3rd down back, but he's not a 3-down back. We know this. He's not a 3-down back. He's a 3rd down scat back type of guy, and that works for him actually. So I'm saying that Houston wins the division. Nobody else comes out of this as a wild card. I don't think Jacksonville improved themselves except for Nick Foles. I mean, defensively, I don't think they gotten better. except for with Josh Allen. But we'll see. I think what's his name? But I do say this: they do have the potential of being the number one. They do have a chance of being a better team than last. They're definitely a better team than last year. That's what the fuck I'm trying to say. They're a better team than last year. I agree with that. They are very much a better team than last year, but they are not ready to take that number one spot yet. I mean, look, they got Chris Conley and Terrell Pryor, Cam Robertson, Marquise Lee, Keenan Cole, DJ Sharp. Damn, DJ Sharp took over for Keelan Cole. You still got Leonard Fournette. You still got Alfred Blue's probably gonna be out. Raquel Armstead, he's from Temple, by the way. Raquel Armstead. So watch out for that name. Yeah. The defense, though, you still got Yannick Ngakoue. You still got Marcel Darius, Calais Campbell. You still got Jalen Ramsey, Leon Jacobs. No, that's not the other corner. And you still got AJ Boye and Jalen Ramsey. I mean, the defense is still going to be really good, but I don't know, man. I just don't see them. I don't see them winning 2 games against Houston, but I do see Houston winning 2 games against them with the talent that they have on offense. I mean, yeah, you got Jalen Ramsey and AJ Boye, but AJ Boye has shown he could get burnt. And he's probably going to be sticking, Will Fuller. And then you put Kenny Stills as the 3rd wide receiver, and Kenny Stills is a burner too. So, my choice would be the Houston Texans. If I choose today, it would be the Houston Texans. Houston Texans. But I think that it's not going to be a landslide. I think it's definitely going to come down to the games versus the Jaguars to be that like tiebreaker for the Houston Texans to win this division. Sorry, Houston fans. I know you guys are probably pissed off at me, but that's life. But yeah, they're probably going to make it to the wild card round, and that maybe not too much further. They might win the first game as the home field advantage, but they're definitely not better than the top 3 teams in this. And if they have to play Baltimore in the first round, they're probably fucked. That's just my opinion. And all right, let's go to the NFC South, because this is looking like this is going to be a lot more fucking competitive than the NFC South. Now, in years past, the NFC South has always been one of the tougher divisions to kind of like think about, like to kind of crack, right? It's still, I didn't know, damn, the fucking New Orleans Saints won the division by practically 6 games. 13-3, and everybody else, what was it? Atlanta Falcons 7-9, Carolina Panthers 7-9, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers 5-11. Tampa Bay is still the worst team in this division. We can all agree on that. Sorry, my bad. Jameis got to show up this year, though. Mike Evans, still a great wide receiver. Look out for Chris Godwin. Definitely one of my fantasy sleepers. Look out for Chris Godwin. If we look at the Panthers, did they get better? I say no. Their defense, you lost Thomas Davis. You really didn't add to this team. We're going to find out about DJ Moore. Are you going to use Chris Samuels the right way? You did add Brian Burns, who's probably going to be a problem in the backfield. But, they got Greg Little too. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. But did they improve? Really? Did they really improve on defense? You still got Luke Kuechly. Let me see. You still got Luke Kuechly. They got Gerald McCoy, Dontari Poe, K'Wan Short, Mario Addison. And then you got Brian Burns behind him, Vernon Butler, Kyle Love. So here's the deal. You still have a great front. You still have a really good front four. They're a little bit older, but they're still a really good front four. Then you still got Shaq Thompson. And you got Luke Kuechly, and you got Bruce Irving. Damn, did they really? Damn, hold on. They might have improved. Dante Jackson, James Bradbury, Eric Reed, Trey Boston. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Maybe I fucked that one up. Their defense is a lot better than last year. It looks like I might have spoke too soon. My fault. It happens. But Gerald McCoy is a little bit older. Dontari Poe, a little bit older. K1 Short. Everybody's going to be older on this line. But it's still, if you go by the names, this line's a very good. This is a very good defensive line. So we got Luke Kuechly, who's the best defensive player in the game. Got Shaq Thompson, who's a really good linebacker himself. And then Bruce Irvin. Is he going to be out in coverage or is he going to be blitzing? This is a 4-3 defense normally. This isn't a 3-4. So Bruce Irvin kind of like gets negated a little bit because he's normally a pass rusher. But we're going to find out, not from the defensive end now. We're going to find out from the offense. Is Cam Newton healthy enough to play? First of all, he's still got the shoulder injury. I think he's still dealing with his shoulders. Are you going to use Curtis Samuel in gadget plays and are you going to better utilize him? You still got Greg Olsen, who continues to do his thing. He's just a security blanket for fucking Cam Newton. And then you got Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is possibly, like, fantasy-wise, probably the best running back out there because he catches – I think he can get 100 catches and still run for 1,000 yards. He can get 1,000 a year and score touchdowns. So, and also, are you going to use DJ Moore right? Oh, they picked up Chris Hogan. Ooh. They picked up Chris Hogan? Huh. And Ray McLeod. You got a bunch of burners on the outside. It's just, are you going to be able to get it to them? Did Cam fix his accuracy? How are you going to fix your accuracy when your shoulder's not right? Okay, let's go to the Atlanta Falcons, right? Yep, next to the Atlanta Falcons. Are they going to improve from a 7-9 record? I see them 7-9. I see them 8-8. The Carolina Panthers, due to the fact that you still have to play Atlanta twice. You still have to play New Orleans twice. I mean, that's a tough hill to slide, man. You might go 0-4. And then again, you might go 2-2. Did the Atlanta Falcons improve? You still got Matt Ryan. You still got Julio Jones. You still got Devontae Freeman. Of course, they ain't got a fucking depth chart. What? That's just too much to ask for. Way too much to ask for, you fuckers. And there's no roster. Oh, there's a roster. There we go. I hate these things. You still have Desmond Trufant as a corner, who is a shutdown corner when he's healthy. We after that, a lot of names on a lot of names that you don't know about on defense. Maybe Adrian Claiborne, Tarkarius McKinney. Is he going to step up this year? Jack Crawford, Grady Jarrett. Damn, it's so good. It's not bad. You still got Deion Jones, Duke Riley. Oh, I didn't know they had Duke Riley. You got Vic Beasley. Still got Matt Ryan at quarterback. You got Kenyon Barner as the backup. Well, Ito Smith is probably the backup to Devontae Freeman, and then Kenyon Barner is going to be like a kickoff return type of dude. Got Jake Matthews still as a tackle. Austin Hooper, who he could be a really good tight end if he's used correctly. A lot of people can be better when they're used correctly. I think that, once again, Calvin Ridley being that third wide receiver on this team is still a fucking problem. You still got Mohamed Sanu on the outside. You still got Julio on the outside. You have to double Julio. But Calvin Ridley is an excellent route runner, and he's fast. And he's coming in his second year. I think that this offense is going to be predicated on, we're going to get Julio the ball, but we still got these other fucking weapons. And I think this offense is a lot better. But I don't see this offense going into New Orleans and winning. because New Orleans offense, even though they lost Mark Ingram, you still have to deal with Drew Brees, Mike Thomas, Alvin Kamara. They even added Jared Cook as a tight end. The defense is still a very stout defense. They're not the defense of old where you're going to score 40 fucking points on them. You still got to deal with the one from Lattimore. Still got to deal with Lattimore. I think they didn't really add to their team through the draft. Nope, not what I meant to do. Hold on. Nope. Yep. Please have a depth chart. I love you. Okay, so on the other side, you still got to deal with Ted Ginn Jr. Of Michael Thomas, who is a burner still. They have Latavius Murray, who is a backup to Kamara, so you kind of have your thunder and your fucking lightning for real. Teddy Bridgewater is the backup. Like, I think it's slept on, but I think Teddy Bridgewater is that dude, man. Like, if say something happens to Drew Brees, you still got Teddy. Teddy's still good. Their offensive line's still the same offensive line from last year that protected the fuck out of Drew Brees. You still, and on defense, you have Marcus Davenport, who gets after the fucking quarterback. Sheldon Rankins does the same thing and also shuts down the run. Cameron Jordan. It's Cameron fucking Jordan. Cameron Jordan gets after the quarterback. Alex Onslow. I remember Alex Onslow. He was all over the fucking place. So was Demario Davis. And then AJ Klein. And by the way, they added Kiko Alonso to this team. They haven't added it on the fucking depth chart yet. But Kiko Alonso is a solid fucking linebacker. This defense is a lot better because Eli Apple actually is playing better corner with the Saints right now. Now, I don't know what the fuck happened with him and with the Giants, but hey, look, New Orleans must have been the better pick for him. He needed to get the fuck out of New York, probably. You still got Von Bell, you got Marcus Williams, and then you got Marshawn Lattimore, who's the fucking shutdown corner. And then as your slot corner, you got Patrick Robertson, who was the dude for the Eagles during the Super Bowl run. This team is dangerous, and they're pissed the fuck off, and their fan base is really pissed off. So they're going to come in with this pissed off energy. Oh, damn, they even got Breeze's record tracker. What records does he have to deal with this year? 10 seasons with at least 30 touchdowns. 500 touchdowns. And, oh, shit, he's number 2. He's coming after fucking most passing yards ever. Okay, so I think still head over heels, the fucking Saints are the best team in the AFC South. I don't see anybody in the AFC South beating them. I actually kind of see them going 6-0. To tell you the truth, I think just they're that much better than everybody. Cam Newton, if he has to miss any time, the Carolina Panthers are fucked on offense. Like, you cannot just work with just Christian McCaffrey. You can't. You can't just run the offense through him. And you need Cam to play. And then with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you lost Quan. Really, you're still. What's sad is that you got what you think is this franchise quarterback. You also got a franchise wide receiver, but you haven't gotten better. And you lost Gerald McCoy. The team actually got worse, in my opinion. And what are you going to do with what's his name, man? The running back, Ronald Jones. What are you going to do with him? Because Peyton Barber's the starter now. So you picked up him as a running back, and he hasn't really panned out for you. So what are you going to do? I think this is they're still the bottom team of this league, of this division. I also think the Carolina Panthers might take a step back, which is sad, but they might take a step back this year if Cam Newton's injured. Also, Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, you got a little bit better on defense. You still have you got a little bit better on defense. I mean, you still, what are you going to do? Like, I don't think you can walk in and still stop the New Orleans Saints. I still don't see that defense being like, if Desmond Trufant gets injured, they're fucked again. If Julio They need Julio to like do 200-yard games, or if fucking you do have weapons on offense. I won't lie. The Atlanta Falcons might be better than a 7-9 record, maybe 9-7. It might sneak a game on New Orleans or something, but I truly think that the New Orleans Saints run away with this again. Maybe not by 6 games, but they run away. It's going to look like a runaway. I truly think so. They lost 2 games at home and only lost 1 game on the road last year. The Saints did. And like I said again, they're coming in pissed off. In the division, they lost 2 games. I don't see them losing 2 games in this division. I think, damn, they might run away again with this division. So my choices right now are New Orleans Saints, who won last year by a landslide and probably will win again this year by a landslide. And then we also got the Houston Texans winning the AFC South. So we got 2 guys winning the NFC South. But in the AFC South, Jacksonville's probably going to be the biggest challenge. But since Andrew Luck's not playing this year, I think that Indianapolis is going to take a step back. They might even be like a top 5 pick type team. Like, that's how bad this may get. They still have a really excellent defense, but Andrew Luck retiring kind of fucks them a little bit. Which is, yay, man. Look, like I said before about Andrew Luck, you have to take care of you first. This shit comes second. I mean, he's set right now, money-wise, but this comes second to your health. And I'm glad that, he was smart. Well, he went to Stanford, so of course he's smart enough. But I think that we need to understand that part of the story. Like, he was getting fucked up behind that line, and that's just life, But I do think that the Houston Texans do win the AFC South. And I also see the New Orleans Saints winning the NFC South easily. Sorry, Atlanta fans. Sorry, everybody else's fans, but that's the truth. Sorry. With that, this is the preview for the South divisions of the NFL. Tomorrow, I will be previewing the last division, which is the AFC and NFC East, because most of my favorite team is a part of the NFC East and also the AFC East with the New England Patriots winning the Super Bowl. They just got tangled in because the Eagles are my favorite team. So who cares? With that, I want to say thank you guys so much. I will be having those shows today, 2 shows. I want to have 2 shows today because today's also movies and TV, and also there's some shit I want to talk about with movies and TV. So in probably the next, give me an hour. I want to chill out for a little bit. Might play the game a little bit. I'm definitely going to be streaming on YouTube if I am playing the game. But playing the video game, probably Apex as usual. But with that, I want to thank you guys so much for listening to the Cruising Podcast. Hopefully, and also those who are watching on Twitch and also on YouTube, I want to thank you guys so much for, if you're here to support and continue to watch, man. I'm just getting started on this streaming stuff, but also if you need to find like old episodes or anything like that, my older, like only audio only right now is Apple Podcasts. It's also on Stitcher, also SoundCloud and Mixcloud, or have all my shows on there. So if you want to go back and listen, especially I do anime, movies, TV, and sports too. So just today's been really sports heavy because the NFL season starts on Thursday with the Green Bay Packers and the fucking Chicago Bears. So with that, I want to thank you guys so much for listening. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for listening and doing all the rest of that cool stuff. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll catch you guys about an hour. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, get some water, clear, do a little dry. But with that, thank you guys so much for listening. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'll love you tomorrow. You're only a day away.